Good afternoon. We are going to present the final project of computer networks. Our names are Andre Lopez and your presenter, Jesus Betancourt. We're going to explain the project of static routing.
Okay, first, we're going to start by telling you the different components that we use here in this program that is called Cisco Packet Tracer. There is the one that we use to simulate our networking. So for the different components, the first ones that we use are the PCs. We use four different PCs. Then we use some hoops that are also four hoops, and finally we use four routers that are two basic routers. That in this case we use the 2911. Both the router 3 and the router 2 are some 2911, and we use other routers that are bridge routers. And to connect all the devices, we use some standard cables, but for to connect the hoops between the bridge routers and to the other way, we use some crossover cables.
And once all of this is connected, uh, we had to configure the elements that the table of the project showed us. So we have to configure the internet interface for the PCs and their default gateways. So here, for example, in PC 1, we go to config settings, and here you can see the default gateway, which is 10.0.1.2. And also in the interface section, we go to fast Ethernet 0, and here's the static IPv4 address, which is 10.0.1.11 with a subnet mask of 24
24 bit.
bits. Uh, Once all the PCs were configured this way, also the PC2, also its default gateway, fast Ethernet, also a subnet mask of 24 bits. The computer number 3 also the same, but an exception is the PC4. The exception is the default gateway is the same. The difference is in the fast Ethernet, the interface, which is the subnet mask is of 16 bits instead of 24. Then, once the PCs were configured, we had to configure the routers. So the bridge routers, we didn't have to configure them. Those were good the way they are. The ones we had to configure were the routers 2 and 3. So first, we configured the interface Ethernet, the 0/0, which is 10.0.3.2, and also in the same router, the Ethernet 0/1, which is 10.0.1.2. That was for the router number 2. And the router number 3, also the Ethernet 0/0, which is 10.0.33, and the Ethernet 0/1, which is 10.0.4.3. All the subnet masks were 24 bits. And once all of this is done, we can start doing the CMD ping. But at first, only we could only do pings from the PC1 to PC2 and PC2 to PC1, and also PC3 to PC4 and PC4 to PC3. So only the computers above could do ping with the computers above, and the below with the below. We couldn't make ping with each other. So, for example, the PC1 with the PC3 or the PC4, the ping said that the host was unreachable. So what we figured out, we had to uh, do some static routing inside the routers. So, for example, here in router 2, we go to routing static, and here in this section, here you can see we added a network address, which is 10.0.4.0 with a 24 subnet mask bits via 10.0.3.3. This means that here in network, we enter the section we wanted to go. So for example, if we want to go from PC2 to the section below, which is 10.0.4.0, we had to go through this router. So once all of this, the network, the mask, and the netscope were added, we could do the ping from the ones above to the ones below. Also in the router 3, we did the static routing. Here was basically the same process. If you want to go to the 10.0.1.0, which are the ones in the right, uh, with a 24 uh, bits subnet mask, you had to go through the router 10.0.3.2. So once all of this was configured, we finally could do the ping and traceroute commands. Here we can see that if, for example, we are in PC1 and we want to do ping to the 10.0.4.31, the the ping is successfully done. Also, if we want to do the 10.0.4.41, we can also do that one. And also the last one, which is 10.0.3.21, is also successfully done. And the same thing for the trace. Trace 10.0.3.21, tracing route complete. Also, uh, for this PC, and the last one, which is the PC number 4, 10.0.4.41. Also, this is done successfully. So if we go to any computer, we can make ping and or trace route or trace the route to each computer. So, for example, if we want to do a last testing, we go to, for example, PC number 3, uh, command prompt, and here also. So ping 10.0.3.21, also successfully done. Or for example, ping 10.0.3.11, which is the PC number 1.
No, PC number one is 10.0.1.11.
Ah,
A little mistake.
we have to wait until the request times out. So it was ping
dot zero dot
10.0.1.11. But
that's
now,
that's the PC one.
now it's successfully. Also the
Trace route.
trace routes to that same computer. So we had some issues with the static routing, but once
We
it
figured it
was
out.
all figured out, we could do all the testing in the CMD, which were the pings and the trace route. So everything is connected correctly, and we could send pings to every computer from every computer, and also the trace routes.